bringing all those little things. Not only did he have the beautiful swing pass for the assist for the Derek White free, then hit the dagger of his own when it got swung to him for the open free. So making huge plays on offense in crunch time too is just like, what a cherry on. As long as Joe recognizes it, has a good read on the game, and knows which buttons to push on each given night, it kind of doesn't really matter. I'm not saying that's an easy job.
Like one of those things where it's like,
right.
You have like $50 to create your perfect team for this night.
Exactly.
Lights a water bottle into a guy's face, spills it everywhere, and then like the clip, it cuts away to the next time where it's like 10 different people with like towels all just, while he's just sitting there like just still pissed off. How do you not at that point just be like give me a fuck, my bad, I'm sorry. So, he just held character the whole time. I've never seen anything like it.
Screws loose, they don't strip the bolts on them. Should've never sent them to pick up the work for me. Sprayed the park and had my shit inside the car. Marcus Smart Boy was shooting with a 36 on him. Said if he wasn't in the
all right. Greetings, Chudlings. Welcome to another episode of Chuddy's Corner. It is Sunday, November 9th. We come bearing good news from Game 2 down in Orlando. The Celtics get a 111-107 win over the Magic, split the series down there in Orlando. Chud, how are you feeling tonight? This was a straight-up fun game. I had a lot of fun.
Absolutely. This was a dogfight, and we've had a couple dogfights and come out on the wrong side of them. So a game where it felt like we were just struggling to get it going, but battling to finally kind of break through in that fourth quarter and take it home down the stretch. Really, really fun win, and like a gritty win, the kind that has been tough to come by, but the kind that we keep saying, if this team is going to be anything, these are the 50-50 games where you got to out gritty the other team. And that was what we did tonight. We won with our dogs, and against a team that likes to play in the mud and has a lot of dogs, it was like we outworked them and got that win. And this is why I was saying last time, I kind of love these little mini series because it felt like there's a little extra by the end of game 2. It's like, all right, we played each other 96 minutes in a row. These last 5 minutes is a real battle. And of course, playoff rematch and all that too on the line, a lot of new faces, but very fun, very exciting, and really, really promising and encouraging, I think, to see the Celtics pull out a win like that, where their stars don't have it, and we just have to battle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if stars don't have it is really necessarily a fair way to put it, but the bench, this was about the bench. I mean, the bench they finished with 50. I knew they were at 50 towards the end of the game. I don't know the exact number of what they finished with, but the bench obviously went crazy. Those guys, like Garza, sort of built that lead in the fourth, pretty much on his back. There was a 13-0 run. He was 7-0.
Yeah.
Garza might have exposed himself too as being a chuddy head. We had some constructive criticism on the last pod about his play, and tonight he comes out and really steps it up. Not taking any credit for that, but maybe we should.
I am glad that we practiced patience with Garza. Even when we were criticizing him last time, we did go out of our way to say, like, give him a chance. It's a long season, and sure enough, one night later against the same team, you see him playing the best game he's had, and he was a real game changer out there. I mean,
it was
Walsh,
like
Hugo,
a different person.
Those guys, but Garza, and we needed it because Keita probably one of his worst games and couldn't stay out of foul trouble. So this easily could have gone the other way if we didn't get a good game from those bench guys. That's more what I meant. Like the stars, Jalen ended up having a good game. White, the numbers got there down the stretch, but we really needed the bench to keep us in this game is what I mean. It started out, it was a slog. Right. They got out to a lead, and it felt like it easily could have slipped away. And instead, those bench guys who, if anything, I mean, especially Garza, we've talked about those minutes being a major disappointment, and tonight, anything but. Those minutes really saved us, kept us in the game, and some of those guys were earning crunch time minutes. I know Garza fouled out, but Keita fouled out, but honestly, it felt things were going better with Garza in the game anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't nervous about bringing him back in there.
No, kind of a blessing in disguise, perhaps. And Walsh did the same thing, playing in crunch time, earned it. Obviously, hit that dagger 3 on top of all the other stuff he was bringing. Like, what a night for Walsh.
Yeah, because he was in there over Minot down the stretch, right?
And
that wasn't Minot in a foul situation. That was just kind of like sticking with the guy that's earning it there in the moment.
Exactly, and I think it's perfect because they do basically play the same role. It's like we basically just need one guy to give us all that energy and all that other stuff. It can be Walsh, it can be Minot, it can be Ugo. Ideally, it's 2 or 3. On some nights, maybe we'll get 3 out of 3. It'll just be crazy, but tonight it was Walshy. Ugo had a really good game too, but yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be the same guy every night. It doesn't have to be one guy every night. We just have to make those minutes passable, and with those two and a half, three guys, whatever you want to call it. So far, that we've been able to do it. It's been a really big bright spot. And Walsh, the last few games since he came in that first time, looked good. He is absolutely earned those minutes. He looked like a gamer. He belongs out there.
Dude, this might sound crazy, and let me know if this is crazy, but on the defensive side, he's like almost reminds me of Tatum. Like he's got the leg sleeve, like he kind of stylistically is similar, like body too. That's sort of like long, like he's not like but strong, not like thin, but like kind of it's got that like it reminds me a lot of it. So I don't know.
Great build,
I don't want to put any unfair expectations on the guy, but I feel pretty nice with him out there. And that's another guy to start the season we did not feel nice about. So
exactly, no, that was huge, and another guy we probably don't win the game. I don't know when he finished, but probably a team high and plus minus. They're just great with him out there, and like you mentioned, this was a dogfight, and he was one of our best dogs for the fight. Like the way he was playing defense, playing on Paolo, Franz most of the time too, taking on tough assignments, completely holding his own, and then some, flying in for rebounds, getting steals, making plays. And then again, like he's bringing all those little things to confidently. Not only did he have the beautiful swing pass for the assist for the Derek White three, then hit the dagger of his own when it got swung to him for the open three. So making huge plays on offense in crunch time too is just like, what a cherry on top. So again, this is why a few of the years it's gone slow with Walsh, but remembering how young he is, he's still now just 21.
Still just 21.
Like, so much younger than a lot of these other guys.
At the start of the year, that felt so old to me. I was like, I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Now when I see him playing well, it's like, wow, and he's only 21.
Yeah. Well, and again, being such a kid too, practicing every day against the Jays, like you mentioned him looking like Tatum. Well, he's been getting bullied by him for two plus years in practice. So, kind of makes sense. And it's beautiful to see it just starting to come to fruition. I mean, hopefully this is the start of, he looks like he's gaining confidence out there too. And it's like every minute he's out there, I'm gaining confidence watching him, and he looks better and better. So again,
he was a plus 13. Hugo was a plus 19 who led the team.
Oh, there it was. I got them two mixed up, but still. But I mean, that speaks to it was those two guys who came in along with Garza and like shifted the energy, kind of tilted this one in our favor. So the fact that we can get that kind of performance from the bench unit, is again really encouraging. If we're going to rack up wins in the regular season and stay competitive in this Eastern Conference, it can't be Jalen, Pritchard, White just like carrying us every single night, and we can't only be competing when Kate is on the floor. Like that's just not tenable, not sustainable. So again, on a night where those guys certainly weren't carrying us, they helped bring us home down the stretch. Obviously, Jalen a few huge baskets, getting to the line, scored I think 7 points in the last few minutes, and White hit the big three. Like, I'm not saying that I guess those guys were bad. I mean, Pritchard didn't do much,
but if it was just them tonight, we wouldn't have won.
Exactly. It felt like the bench really led the way in this game, and we haven't even mentioned Ant Simons, who kept us in the game single handedly in the first half. Heater of all freaking heaters. What do you have? 25 points in the first half?
Yeah, I think he had like 21 in that quarter.
Insane.
I did see some stat too that's the most points in the first quarter of a bench in Celtics play-by-play history of the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. Like, if you think about it, most bench
guys microwave popcorn scoring.
That was, I mean, if that wasn't it, Jesus, like you can't get much hotter than that coming off the bench.
He was absolutely
one after another, just everything going, just fully in the bag, whatever you want. And it's like you can feel him get hot, and then he just have confidence. He gets the ball, and I'm like, crossover, step back, and you just think it's going in.
Yeah, he even had the heave at the end of the half, too, that
looked like it was going in.
That almost went in, too. That was very close.
Stepped in like it was a normal jump.
The end of the first? The end of the third? Because the end of the half, Minot had the close one.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. I'm not sure.
It might have been the first quarter, but whatever it was, he had
it was
very
in rhythm.
Close. Yeah,
it was in rhythm, and I thought it was
good.
going down.
Yeah, no, I wanted to point out too, like you mentioned, this is a bit of a dogfight. The Celtics only had 22 assists. I feel like this is a game that like was so chaotic. And I'm not saying this is like a knock on like we should have had more assists. Like it's kind of nice to win a game this way, where it is just this like kind of totally scrappy brawl. Like no one's really doing anything well in this game.
Mm-hmm.
The rebounding was pretty much even. Celtics did win the turnover battle, though. I saw a stat too that the Celtics are 11-0 this season in the turnover battle. So
we don't have. We are 11.
Like we've won the turnover battle in every game, which is pretty fucking sick to start the season. I know that was an emphasis with Joe, and we talked about like the more fouling and stuff like that. I think that's probably a byproduct of that. They're playing
for sure
super aggressively. Yeah,
Love
this
that.
was that I want. Oh, I want. That's what I want to do. I want to talk. You mentioned the sequence where Jalen hit the three, Derek White hit the three, and then Walshy hits the next open three. Talk about like a moment right there, bang, 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 of just these huge shots that obviously we've had situations like that where it goes the other way and it's demoralizing. But for Walsh to hit that shot in that moment,
Awesome.
that might kind of be the start to like the Walsh career DVD.
It did feel like welcome to like a real part of the team. Like you're in the mix now. You know,
if he hits that, I feel like everyone's like that's still.
And like
know.
if he missed it, we still probably win. Like there's a good chance we still win, and we still feel good about his game. But for him to hit that, it's just like, all right, shit, like way to cap it off, kid. So
it was nice.
Yeah, very nice.
I'm glad it came to him. It was so open too. You get nervous with those where it's just like, oh my god, it's almost too open.
Well, and I mean, you mentioned it going the other way in the past in some situations, and honestly, it almost felt like it was going the other way because we had a double-digit lead after the Garza explosion. I think we were up 11 with like 5 minutes left, and then they worked their way back. A couple of questionable late whistles, Magic getting free throws. Paolo hit a couple mid-range jumpers, and it got tight. And in that sequence, I thought way too many Celtics possessions just ending with Derek White kind of dribbling into a jump shot where, as we've said again, he can make that, but when that's kind of what your offense is leaning on in crunch time, that's a problem. Again, stabilized. Jalen got the ball, made a few huge shots. He kind of created that three that he hit out of nowhere, and then I thought the one that White hit and the one that Walsh hit were just really good possessions, and those were great looks off a good ball movement. So that also is good to see where it went stagnant for a few minutes, and I kind of felt like for all this work, are we just going to piss it away with some bad possessions here? Good to see it. Good to see it go the other way, like you said.
Yeah. I did want to. I don't know if you have anything more on the Celtics. Like, obviously, everyone kind of stepping up tonight. This was the game that I was saying too is the perfect game for. We mentioned yesterday if you're someone that's kind of following the team from like 10,000 feet and you're just sort of like turning it on, you're like, what the fuck? Who are these guys? This would have been the perfect game to watch because this was an absolute showcase of what some of these kind of new and like unfamiliar faces can be, when everything is clicking. Obviously, they're not going to be able to do this every night. I do think the Magic are better than their record is right now.
Definitely.
Before the season, we talked about them. Once they start rolling, that's going to be a pretty dangerous team. Franz Wagner too. He's sick. Like he really is. And like I kind of like the way he plays too. He's not like I don't know. He's not like a grifter or anything like that. He's just a pretty solid player. I think he had like 8 offensive rebounds too. Just grabbing so many boards and just getting second chance opportunities for the Magic. And again, just a lot of stuff that he can do. So I don't know. He's a guy that I kind of like, was hesitant to be like, this guy's fucking sick, but he might be fucking sick.
Yeah, so it's a big thing.
He might get stamped.
It's a big thing on NBA Twitter and Magic Twitter. Honestly, a lot of people think Franz is better than Paolo, and that the team is better with Franz being like the guy. And over the years, that's been borne out with like the advanced metrics. This year, kind of not so much. The key with both of them, they're obviously both really talented. It all comes down to the shooting. I think there's some nights, and I mean, Franz had a good game, but I think he shot like 5 of 17. And again, it's like their own version of the double wing thing we have with like Jalen and Tatum. And for that to work, those guys kind of need to be lights out shooting. And it seems like both of them have just about every other element of the game. They're pretty good defenders, pretty good playmakers, big, strong, like not really liabilities in any area. But on nights when they're not shooting, you see that offense bogged down. It's kind of plagued them in years past. It's a big part of the reason they brought in Desmond Bane. Try to get some more shooting, and we'll see. So far, it seems like they might need a little bit more, but a lot of it, I think, is just those guys getting going. But yeah, really, really good, obviously, players.
Paolo, for a guy we talk about another guy who might have been listening to the podcast. He started to look alive a little bit more in the fourth quarter. He finished with 28 points. Definitely had a better game tonight, but
a lot of free throws.
Yeah. I think he was 10 for 10 from the free throw line too. So, but like in the fourth quarter, I feel like he was playing pretty well. You kind of started to see a little bit more of what we're talking about with him. But
he took over when his team needed him.
Fun game. This is great.
Hell yeah.
Celtics win. Like, and again, there's a lot to take away from this. Being very excited. Like again, it's one game. Like maybe Garza, maybe he's more of what he was the first game, but. If this is if we can at least meet the middle on this, that's real good. And if Walsh can go in there and play, like I mean, he was defending Paolo for a good portions of that game and was doing like a damn good job of it.
For sure.
Getting it, like forcing like him to lose, not always like turn it over, but just kind of like lose his dribble and have to reset.
100%.
Kind of being a menace out there. So A lot of encouraging stuff from this game. Obviously we played them just a few nights ago. There's a little bit of familiarity there, but this was a fun game. I was getting like fired up in the living room with this one. This was a yelling at the TV, "Fuck yeah!" type game.
Definitely, and I think part of that is having the back-to-back, where it'd be tough to go down there and lose 2 straight games to the same team. So seeing that fight again, it almost simulates like a mini playoff series. Getting to make some adjustments, knowing you just saw those guys getting ready to face them again in the same building. So to come out there and beat them again, a team that I think we both think is better than their record and a pretty good team. So that is a good win to get, a hard-fought win to get. And going back to what you said about, like, is this the Garza we'll get? Is it last game? Is it somewhere in the middle? I think, again, this whole season, like, maybe nothing will be consistent, but it's just finding what works on different nights to steal wins. So, maybe we'll get 3 straight bad Garza games, but it's kind of like, as long as Joe recognizes it, has a good read on the game, and knows which buttons to push on each given night, it kind of doesn't really matter. I'm not saying that's an easy job.
Like one of those things where it's like each player can give you a little bit of something. So if you get like enough of like each one of those things, it's like you have like $50 to create your perfect team for this night.
Exactly.
Like, Jaylen Brown is like 30, and then Garza, it's like. So you're kind of building it off that.
It'll be
Garza might
different
not
recipe.
play well, but if we get Simons and Walsh to play really well, and Minot to hit a few extra threes, whatever. And then the next night it might be less. I think it is going to be kind of like that. Like it's almost going to be like these Frankenstein nights where it's a few of these bench guys are just going to be absolute monsters, and hopefully that's enough to carry them into get some wins.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, like I said, doesn't matter. There's no style points. It doesn't really matter how you get there. As long as you get there. So we're scrapping some wins together. Lost a couple close ones. Now we've won a couple close ones. Yeah, opportunity.
1-0 in our next 10 games. I saw Pritchard was saying like this is our first 10. Now we're going to play another 10, try to get better to that. So I kind of like that way of thinking. 1-0 in the next 10.
Exactly. And I would say in those first 10, like maybe 3 or 4 of those were like 50-50 games that could have gone either way. And I think we were on the wrong side of a couple of them. Definitely the Jazz one. Definitely opening night against Philly. So I'd say this was a 50-50 one that we were on the right side of, made the plays, got the win. So that's, I think I have a feeling one way or the other at the end of this season, when we look at the Celtics record, it's going to come down to those 50-50 games. If we can win like 60+% of the so-called 50-50 games, I think we got a good chance to make some noise. But if we're not winning enough of those games, I think it's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a good way to put it. Well, hopefully we win. Hopefully we get up around 70%.
That'd
70%. All right. You got anything else from the game in particular you want to mention?
No, don't think so. The Hugo, we actually talked about it, the funny moment early in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Simon's going nuclear when the Magic called the timeout, and everyone was on the Celtics bench was going crazy, and Joe just like strode right over to Hugo to chew him out.
Fucking ripped him, dude. And then at the end of the game, he gave him a high five. I kind of want to get like both those clips there, do a little before and after.
Well, and even right after that, the next few plays, I think Hugo, he battled through a screen and drew an offensive foul, and then had a steal on the next play that led to a breakaway. So 2 sick defensive plays right after it too. Gotta love it.
I want to say he had a travel like the first play afterwards, and like Joe didn't even react. And it was like Scal at a funny point. He's like, Jesus, for the stuff we can't even see that he's doing, Joe's absolutely ripping him. He goes, the stuff that's right in front of our face, not a word. Interesting. So, yeah, that was an absolutely hilarious clip of Joe. Like, because it was like you could tell the one assistant coach was kind of looking at him like, what the fuck? And then Joe just like appeared behind the guy, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Love that.
That's great to see. Love to see that.
Hell yeah.
All right, yeah. You got anything else? Should pay a few bills and
let's do it.
All right. Chuddy's Corner is sponsored by Mario's Roofing. Roofing, Mario's, siding, Mario's, windows, Mario's. You just got to call. That's right, Mario's. At Mario's, we pride ourselves on quality, safety, and value. We wouldn't do anything to your home that we wouldn't also do to our own. Call Mario's today. Ask them about their winter specials. You want to winterize your roof, your windows, everything like that. You don't want to have any issues this winter. I think it's the last year of the Farmer's Almanac, and they declared a bad winter coming. So I don't know if that's a spite call or what, but Farmer's Almanac could be a bad winter. So you want to call Mario's 781-344-2420. You can also visit them anytime online at mariosroofing.com. Mario's Roofing, we won't soak you in order to keep you warm and dry.
And Chuddy's Corner is brought to you, of course, by Nick Perino Real Estate. For all of your real estate needs, go to nickperino.com, nickpiraino.com. Nick Perino, of course, good friend of the show, longtime sponsor of the show, sometimes host of the show, massive Chuddy head, massive Celtics fan. He's the kind of guy you want to work with. One phone call, talk to Nick for 5 minutes. You'll know he's a guy you can trust, someone who can help you navigate the difficult world of real estate, someone that you definitely want in your corner. Again, that's Nick Perino, the official realtor of Chuddy's Corner.
All right. Yeah. Speaking of part-time co-host, Tuesday game this week. Where you at, Nick?
Oh, shit.
Load managing night for dugouts.
Yep.
All right. What do you got going on around the NBA? What's the scuttlebutt?
More good games, obviously. Watching a good Sixers-Pistons game right now. Hate to say it, but goddamn, those black Sixers uniforms are sexy.
It's the old ones, right? The Irish ones?
With like that 90s, early 2000s court.
That
uniforms.
is nice.
Looks real good out there, playing nice and fast with Maxey, Edgecombe, and McCain.
I used to have the Iverson
tough to hate
track pants. Those were sick.
Yeah, it's a good look. I hate to say it. It's a good look. But anyway, otherwise around the association, I wanted to give a shout out to the Suns, who we've talked about recently, continue playing good basketball. Another big win last night against the Clippers. Longtime kind of rival of the show, I guess, maybe you could say, Devin Booker, just playing really well. And it's like the vibes, they've gotten rid of all the nonsense they've been doing for the last 3 years and just restored the vibes. He seems happy. He's playing really well. They're getting good play all around. Jalen Green came back, played a great game, helped him get a win the other night. Hurt his hamstring. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Kind of a buzzkill. But fun to watch. We've been given some shine to a lot of the teams that came in, I think, with low expectations, who maybe fans haven't had a lot to cheer about in the last few years. So this is a team who's obviously had higher expectations in recent years, but now seems to be playing kind of free. It feels like they almost can finally move on from that gruesome era. And it's good to see them going back in the right direction. So, happy to watch that shake out. Although, unfortunate about the Jalen Green injury, obviously.
Very.
But,
is Bradley Beal still there, right? Is he playing?
No, he's on the Clippers, who the Suns defeated last night.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yep.
so yeah,
that's part of what I mean.
Then, yeah,
that's what I mean. He's a big part of the vibes being restored.
I thought you were just taking a shot at Durant.
No. Durant, for what it's worth, I think was solid there, but I think definitely the vibes were pretty sunken by the end. Beal was not solid, and the vibes were sunken closer to the beginning.
Yeah.
So just the combination of those. They've leaned into some veterans with a chip on the shoulder, Booker, and some kids, and so far it's been a pretty solid formula. Fun team to watch, and that was not really what I was expecting going into the year. So good to see. Good for them.
All right. Anyone else?
Yeah,
Shout out.
Cavs got a nice win over the Bulls last night. Cavs
My
Bulls. That's
God.
Eastern Conference battle. Exactly. Big Saturday night game.
Ankle snapped into oblivion.
Yep. That is true.
Dude, I don't care what it is. You have to stay on the court for at least another few. You can't limp off the court like that after getting crossed like that. That I don't care if your ankle is compound fracture. You have to play until the next regular whistle.
Big time shook. Not good. Not good, but also not good. The Bulls had that one in hand seemingly the entire night. Looked like it was going to be a really impressive win, almost wire to wire. Cavs went on a 10-0 run in the closing 2 minutes, won the game, and it looked like a little bit of that, hey, nice start, but we're the class of the East type of performance. Yeah. So, fun game. Nice to see down the stretch. Yeah, a little bit. So, good to see. I've already got a lot more fun out of watching the East than I thought. So, I think it's going to be a good year, and I think these teams, a little more parity, not a bad thing for the Celtics, just hang around. That's kind of going to be what we got to do. So seeing teams struggling to establish any semblance of dominance early, I'm not sure. The Bucks lost today too, the Rockets. There might not be any teams with fewer than 3 losses.
Frame entirely. Right,
yeah, I was trying to glance at the standings, but I don't think there's any. I don't think anyone in the East has fewer than 3 losses, is what I was saying. Oh, the Pistons actually, are 7-2, but they're losing to the Sixers right now. So if they lose, every team will have 3 losses at least, which this early in the year, I think that gives you a good idea of what we kept saying about the East.
Some parity.
So wide open for the taking. So if the Celtics can go on a little run, get hot, again, dare to dream.
Yeah.
Another Eastern team that's been kind of impressive the last few games since losing Trae Young, the Hawks bagging the red hot Lakers last night. Impressive fashion. Kind of crushing them. A team that's been impressive. Again, I love what they're kind of doing with those big wing players. Zachary Riche, last year's #1 pick, looked like he's taking a leap. He's playing well on both ends. Dyson Daniels, the great barrier thief who came through with that incredible defensive season last year. He's doing this stuff, playing good offense. Jalen Johnson's back and healthy. There's a lot of whispers that they think
KP illness management. That was
illness management.
Never seen that.
I've never seen that before. Not even.
Why wouldn't they just call it like rest?
Illness
Why do they have
or
to say
illness?
Yeah, just illness.
Like what?
Yeah.
Just
Illness management is so much more concerning.
It really, that means like whatever the illness is needs managing, which is
That's not good. Yeah.
No. But the Hawks have a Congo. They got a nice win out of it, so good for them. Impressive stuff. Again, the East continues to be crazy. Another East team who started off really fun and finishing on this note, last thing I got, kind of a bit of a downer, unfortunately, but LaMelo Ball was going to be out for his 4th straight game Monday night. No, new injury, just ankle soreness and management. And another Ball brother who seems like he might just have, a permanently unfixable appendage. Kind of sad, honestly. So young, so fun. We've kind of poked fun at him, but appreciated the fun he brings and the skill he has.
Yeah.
Really good player, still so young. I think, made an All-Star game his 2nd season and just hasn't really been able to stay on the court since then. The Hornets have been surprisingly solid when he actually does play. He just misses so many games. There was a lot of hope, a lot of promise this year, off to a good start the first few games, and then questionable ankle, out, questionable out. Sadly, familiar story, and there are just whispers that this is a chronic issue that I don't even know what you do, but just shitty.
Yeah. Well, that's too bad. Hopefully he figures it out. It's at least entertaining when he's playing a lot because it's just it's a crazy style of ball, and I just think also he just does funny stuff sometimes,
right.
As far as with the go-kart thing, that was hilarious. So the longer he's in the league, the better it is. Run. So hopefully
good content.
Yeah, he's great content
machine
in the league.
Yeah.
I had one thing that I saw this clip, and I saw this clip through just the angry Twitter X algorithm, but it was a clip of Brandon Ingram. Did you see this clip of him?
Spike in the water.
Spikes a water bottle into a guy's face, spills it everywhere, and then the clip it cuts away to the next time where it's 10 different people with towels all just while he's just sitting there just still pissed off. It's that to me, that just is just a bad look for him, bad look for the league. But it's it's one of those things where it's sometimes you get so pissed and then you do something that's so dumb that you almost snap out of it and you have to be laughing. You're okay. I don't know how he stayed pouting after doing that with all these little minions around cleaning it up right by his feet. How do you not at that point just be give me a fuck, my bad. I'm sorry. So, he just held character the whole time. I've never seen anything like it. And
that's my
guy. That's
my
crazy.
pushback would be kind of what you're saying is at a certain point you kind of have to ride it out because it's almost more ridiculous. If he grabs a towel and starts cleaning, it almost looks even crazy. It's he's cleaning it up. What is he doing?
Once you reach a certain point, you have to just, I guess, be pot committed to it. But I feel you smash and it hits the guy in the face. That's when you can kind of be oh fuck, all right. And then
exactly. He could have shown some remorse. So are you okay?
And then the guy's I'm fine, still pissed. Then they're cleaning it. He must in his head have been I must look like the biggest jackass. But you're right. At that point, you can't break character.
It was too late. It was too late.
Oh my god, that video.
He should have immediately just been made sure the guy was okay, and then once he was, been okay, and then you can just go on and let him clean it. That's not a big deal. But
or just stand up and go be in the huddle or something. You can't just be sitting there pouting
as if it's not even happening.
Everyone's cleaning up. Yeah, exactly. It's he was acting it wasn't even almost what the fuck are you doing?
He didn't acknowledge
you did that, dude.
He didn't acknowledge it at all.
No, it was that video was crazy. Yeah. So negative shout out to Brandon Ingram, dude.
For sure.
Not that serious, dude.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was a great clip. I hope that guy's all right. Look, he got well in the face too.
Yeah, not great. It was a plastic bottle. It was a hard bounce right into his grill. It looked pretty full.
Yeah.
No need.
the way he was sitting there with all those people around him. I'm just thinking about it over and over again. Oh my god! All right, well, yeah, I think we'll have to tweet that clip out. I'll have to find it from like a Twitter account that's not like fucking NBA full of thugs. That was how I saw most of it. I was like, oh Jesus, so I can't retweet any of this, but I did want to mention the because I just think it's hilarious. Yeah,
yeah, I think I saw it with some more lighthearted context. So maybe.
All right, yeah, I need to get that lighthearted tweet. The algorithm grabs a hold of you.
That's great.
All right, you got anything else around the NBA or anything like that, or?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
All right, well, yeah, great win for the C's, great win for the bench guys. Again, the Stay Ready crew was totally ready tonight. Yeah, big win for the Celtics. Again, they're now 5-6. So, we got a back-to-back coming up Tuesday, Wednesday. So many back-to-backs to start the year. Is this a more torrid pace than usual? It feels like we've had it once a week. I did see we have no game from like Wednesday to like
Sunday. To Sunday or Saturday or something. But yeah, it goes in waves. I don't think it's crazy, and I think it's a little front loaded because of the cup too at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, true. Cup.
Perhaps not that crazy.
Cup. No cup action for us this Friday. There is cup action, but no Celtics cup action. We'll be able to just enjoy the cup.
Love enjoying the cup
as a fan of just the cup, not the Celtics. All right. Anyway, sorry. Once I start thinking of the cup, my brain just goes all over the place. All right. Well, we'll be back Tuesday. You'll be back Tuesday. Maybe Nick will be here Tuesday. Shout out Nick Prano Real Estate. Shout out Mario's Roofing. If you're listening to the live show, go find us on social media or go find us on Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you get your podcasts. Hit subscribe there. You can always catch the episodes there. If you don't catch it live, check us out on social media at Chuddy's Corner. We'll be back here again on Tuesday. Celtics get the win. Everyone, take care.
Peace out, Chuddy Heads.